Swadee krap and welcome to Thailand News Today. I promised you today was going to be a little bit different, actually coming to you from our Bangkok offices. I can't really show you much of it because we're sort of nailed to a tripod that I found in a cupboard that I didn't even know existed, and I've sort of got sticky tape. I'd love to show you what it looks like, but anyway, the main thing is that we get the content out, complete with table tennis table and a blank screen over there. Anyway, we'll persist. So talking about two things today. Firstly, my trip up from Phuket to Bangkok yesterday and the situation with flights around Thailand at the moment. And the second part will be about the latest we know about foreigners coming back into Thailand. So let's get started. Now, I've been travelling around Thailand for many years, about 10 years. I've never seen Phuket airport so quiet. Now, of course, there's a very good reason for that. They've only just introduced domestic flights back to Phuket airport about 2 weeks ago, although other domestic flights have been operating for about a month now around Thailand. The situation with check-in was very much the same as usual, although there are set out steps for where you're meant to stand whilst you're waiting for check-in. There's no automatic check-in at the moment. Everybody's passports or ID is being checked. After that, you've then got the Airports of Thailand check-in, which is all part of the COVID-19 restrictions, and that means that you've got to sign into an app, and they take your registration numbers from that, and they know that you're on one of their planes. Following that, security as usual, although of course, as with just about everything at the moment, it was a breeze because you just walk in. There's no queues for just about anything at the moment. And the nice thing is everybody's just being a little bit more attentive and a little bit more friendly than usual. I think everybody, of course, is glad to get back to their work. The actual waiting to get onto the plane was much the same, although everybody's expected to just stand a bit further away from everyone else. Everyone's got face masks on, and you're just expected just to keep your private distance from people. But once on the plane, that sort of changed because we're all sitting next to each other. The plane was around about 80 or 90% full. Certainly where I was sitting, there was somebody sitting next to me, as was everybody in the rows around me. But there wasn't any problems. The only thing that you really notice about the flights that was different from any other airline service is that there is no service. Basically, once the safety demonstration has been done, that's the last you see of the flight crew. But it was a completely normal flight to Bangkok. I was flying with Vietjet Air, very good airline here in Thailand, which is certainly spicing up the discount part of the market. At the moment, out of Phuket, there have been 5 airlines flying. That's Thai Air Asia, Thai Vietjet, Thai Lion Air, Nok Air, and Thai Smile, the budget offshoot of Thai Airways. Imagine other airlines may come back into the market, but at the moment from Phuket, or any airport in Thailand, there are no scheduled international flights. Once arriving at Bangkok, again it was much the same, very, very quiet indeed, and sort of nice in a way that you can get around the airport, not have to worry about too many crowds or keeping out of people's way, and it was just sailing straight through just about every process at the airport. Literally from getting off the plane to getting into the airport link, which takes me into Bangkok, it took literally 5 minutes, and I was at a solid pace walking all the time. Absolutely nothing getting in my way. The whole process about getting onto the airport link, they do a temperature check before you buy your tickets, and then the rest is all automated. Once again, the airport link was very quiet. I just walked straight onto a train. It sort of opened up as I walked towards it. I don't think they were waiting for me. It was just good timing. And then we made our way into Bangkok's Makassan station. Once in Bangkok, it was really business as usual. Asok Road, where I was staying and where our office is, was very busy, and Bangkok life is certainly springing back to life very quickly. Out in some of the holiday areas, places like Pattaya, places like Phuket, much quieter, of course, with literally no tourist traffic at all. But Bangkok has got mostly Thais living here, and they're all getting back to their way of life. Well, into the second part of today's video, and now we're looking at the reopening of the borders of Thailand and the sorts of foreigners that will be able to return. As you know, over the past couple of months they've been repatriating Thais, and they've been returning from, well, all around the world, and they're coming back to Thailand and having to do their 14-day quarantine. That will be the same situation for most foreigners coming back under the new plans, which are meant to start on July the 1st. The Centre for COVID-19 Situation Administration says the government expects around 50,000 foreigners under the new rules, 30,000 of whom are expected to be arriving for medical treatment. In addition, officials expect over 15,000 skilled workers, 2,000 teachers and students, and 2,000 residents with Thai families. Around 700 foreign investors or business people are also expected. And under that last category, where the visits are thought to be less than 14 days, there'll be different exemptions applied to them. It will certainly involve having a COVID-19 test before they leave and then another test when they arrive. As far as general tourism starting back in Thailand, that's really just not on the horizon at the moment. There are announcements expected next Monday, but opening up the borders to general tourism is not expected to be among the list of things announced. At the moment, the talk is still about travel bubbles, and that would allow some form of limited tourism between countries that have signed a reciprocal agreement to allow their citizens at each side to, well, travel freely between the two entities. Could be countries or it could be cities. At this stage, there's no announcement about which countries will be covered under those travel bubbles, but the countries would be those which are considered at low risk. Certainly countries like Australia, New Zealand, Taiwan, maybe South Korea, certainly Vietnam. These are countries that are considered currently low risk, as well as a lot of cities around China. Well, that's our quick look at two issues around Thailand today. A slightly different program than usual, and on behalf of our Thai team, we've got Goff, Tung and Ploy here in the background. We'd like to thank you for joining us, and we look forward to seeing you on Monday.